All right, Steve Ward from Austintown, graduated in '97, grew up on Derbyshire. My parents are still there. Have two brothers that went through here, and lifelong Falcon, gonna die a Falcon. That's the plan, because I love this school, I love this community, and I certainly love our athletes that come through here. Not very well, no. Played baseball, basketball, football, and then come through my senior or my high school years, I pretty much stuck to football, where I found my passion, and got to play with some wonderful people, and had some lifelong friends from there. Oh, that's a good one. Well, I usually only stuck to one color, and it was usually our blue, not the navy that we use now, so it was the royal blue, and looking back on it, I cringe a little bit, but hey, you all find like a little thing of your pregame ritual, and that was mine, putting on a little face paint. Partially Braveheart, absolutely. Now I didn't do the full side of the face. I just did smaller things. I let some of the bigger, tougher players do the full war paint. I think everybody of our era, Kathy Ireland. I mean, like Cindy Crawford, one of the two. Favorite pizza? Now see, I hate questions like that, because when you say favorite, well, what do you mean? Let's break that down a little bit. So are we talking about straight cheese? Are we talking about Briar Hill? Are we talking about pickle pizza? Pierogi pizza? Are we doing the sweet red and green peppers? Because then it's all different. So, you can't just say, well, it's just this. Now, I love Wedgwood. Obviously, it's a Austintown iconic legend. Like, you cannot go wrong with any Wedgwood pizza, but there are some pizzas out there too that, definitely are contending and are in consideration on the times that we order some pizza. Don't eat ice cream. I don't like sweets. So you give it like sweet or salty, and it's a funny joke with the team, because I always choose salt, and they always wonder why I'm so salty. It's clearly that's why, because I just don't like sweets. Like, if you put a bag of M&Ms in front of me or ice cream, I'm like, eh. Salt and vinegars, get the kettle crunch, get that crunch, and you get that one that's real salty or vinegary. Man, life is good. Starbucks. Black coffee. Grande black coffee. Favorite movie? Don't really have one, because again, like, how do you narrow it down? There are so many good ones out there that, if you're talking Christmas movies, is it Die Hard? I don't know. So, I'm kidding about that. Oh, Supernatural. I used to love watching that until it went off the air. Depends on what I'm doing. So when I'm in the weight room, I like heavy metal or rap. When I am just kind of by myself, it's podcasts and AM radio. Or if I'm just feeling the vibe, I really like red, white, and blue. No, God, no. Fortunately, my daughter got the gift of that. That was not from my side. There's no. A cat screeching would be the comparison. Simon would have a field day with me on stage. No, again, like, the whole musical theme here has been shut down. That is, no, not even the flutophone back in the day, where we learned, what was it, little sheep, Baba Black Sheep, that you had to play. Yeah, even that was no good. Not at all. Horrible. Doesn't stop me from trying, but it's more of a source of entertainment for the team when they see me try and do my dad dance moves. I see trees of green. Something that always puts me in a great mood, cheesy, What a Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong. So have some good memories with that song. That was a wedding song that my mom and I danced to when, I got married. What a wonderful world. I like to work out. That's the me time. So having 2 young ones running around and coaching, having a house, marriage, you don't get very much time. So it's lifting number 1, because that's AirPods in. I just get a little bit of quiet me time. Or number 2, I love doing a little bit of kayaking and fishing off the kayak at Lake Milton or Berlin. So again, notice the theme of just kind of quiet, my time for just a little bit. I even get annoyed sometimes when I catch a fish because it was just supposed to be quiet time and I got to reel the dang thing in, and it's never a big award winner either. It's, what are you gonna do? Off the top of my head, somebody that I've been really interested lately is Abraham Lincoln. That he was just a different person for his time, and the resiliency that he had and his vision for the country and what he had to go through and convince people to unite us once again is such an amazing, powerful story. And the fact that so many times he could have just gave up, threw his proverbial stovetop hat in, because how many times he got defeated for House Representatives, for Congress, for President, and he lost every step of the way until he won. And that's such a great lesson for young people, is that sometimes your no, just, comparing it back to sports, is when you hear a no, that just means there's a little bit of a hole in your game. There's something that you're missing. Then that no strengthens you and makes you better, makes you do your introspection and get stronger, so the next time it's a yes. Ooh, animal. I'm not going to go with the, traditional tiger, lion, bear, falcon, things like that. I think right now, choosing hippopotamus, but I do reserve the right to change it. Float around, enjoy some nice weather, and you know what? They are quite ornery from time to time too, so if a boat comes and, starts poking at me, it's like, they got those big jaws and teeth. So I always envisioned, because I saw off of movies, that you take your running jump out of the plane. That was not the case. So what I've noticed, as we were in this little itty bitty plane, that there was nowhere to really stand up straight or jump out of. There was just the hole. So we had to literally grab onto the wing, step out on a little pedal, and you're just looking down, and then they tell you to let go. So that was pretty scary. I survived, by the way. Yeah, absolutely. There's so much of this world that we don't know about, that we just kind of think about. So again, having definitive answers, on to what happens and doesn't happen in this world. I just know what happens when we exit out of this world. Yeah, absolutely. And, I have my beliefs of where I'm going to go and where, my faith takes me. But yeah, again, when you do, and math is not another one of my strong suits, so if that's another question, we can just kind of cross that one out, is the fact that if the universe is just infinite, the possibilities should be infinite. So just logically, now are they here walking among us? I have some questions about some of the teachers in this building. So we'll see, especially when we were here. I'm just kidding, I love y'all. No, because then it would be called soup. Pretty easy. They come up with things throughout the year that literally divide the team from time to time, and they're shouting at each other in random times. Like what was it, I think a year or so ago, what's more in the world, doorknobs or wheels or something like that. And they're arguing with each other in the middle of practice, and so I'm just like, what are they even talking about? So that's another one of the questions that they debate endlessly, to where I'm just like, why? Social media is a double-edged sword, is that, we call it the antisocial network. So when we see these younger people coming into class, that how much of their communication per day is through Snapchat or through Twitter or through Instagram, or it's a one-way communication street that they're watching TikTok, they're watching YouTube Reels and things like that. So it's a danger in the fact that you could shut yourself off and isolate yourself, and at any moment you could just not like your emotional state and go online. So I think people in society have a hard time processing their emotions and their feelings when they're not on that social media. So is it a danger? Yes. Is there some really good? Yes. Like I said, is one of the players asked a question about softball. I didn't have an immediate answer. I was able to go on YouTube, spend 30, 40 minutes watching some experts in the field, detail out, give great tips, and then I internalize it, we make it into what is useful for us, so that's good. So again, it's all in the point of how you use it. Lately, very infrequently. So I've moved into another avenue of how I try to reach out. I'm actually very introverted. That if I have an opportunity to go out or stay in, almost always I stay in. Like I just enjoy just the quiet time. Judging by your face, you didn't guess that either, that I'm more introverted. Park ranger out in Wyoming. That's what I originally went to school for, and yeah, I was going to be a park ranger. None. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I truly believe that this is my calling. I hope that, I'm able to reach our young people and our athletes and really help develop them, not just in sport, but in character. So when you find what truly speaks to you and you're able to do that, there is no want for anything else. So there's no want to even go into college ranks or anything like that. This is my home here, and I found it. Falcon Pride, it's the undefinable qualities that make us us. And I know that's a cliche answer to say that it's so unique, but you can tell people from Austintown, you can tell people from Campfield, you can tell people from Boardman, generally just by some mannerisms and things like that. So for me, Falcon Pride is about having high character, high expectations, and always striving to be your best. Is that we might not be where we want to be at the moment, but we're working to get there. Or we might be where we want to be at the moment, and we're at the height of whatever pinnacle we want. We just saw AIS win an amazing award that 15 schools throughout the nation got, and that's amazing. That is all Falcon Pride. That is all of us taking that step forward, but I guarantee, knowing that administrative staff and teachers, they're not going to put the brakes on and say, we made it. They're going to say, we're going to go a little bit further, and that's Falcon Pride to me. Hey, I'm Steve Ward, and you just got to know me.